The historically hot housing market has changed paths. It's becoming evident. According to Redfin, 15% of house sellers reduced their asking price in April, up from 9% a year ago. In this video, you'll find out why housing demand is dwindling, about the little-known approach that has resulted in this cooling, and how to position yourself for amazing house investment opportunities in the coming days. The most competitive housing market in history is finally breaking down. The number of houses for sale is on the rise once more. Fewer customers are scheduling tours even though prices continue to rise steadily. So what's the problem? One of life's big objectives is to own a house. It represents years of hard work, security, and settling down. And it's much more than just owning a home. However, the ambition of owning a home can seem a long way off for many Americans. People used to be able to save up enough money to purchase houses outright. Today, you can only do this by going for a mortgage. Only 40% of all residences in the United States are mortgage-free. This reveals how so many Americans depend on mortgages to own a house. The Federal Reserve has been putting upward pressure on mortgage rates recently. The average 30-year fixed mortgage rate was 3.11% in December. That rate has risen to 5.27%, its highest level since 2009. Home buyers are being squeezed in practically every way possible, prompting some to withdraw from the market. The housing market is hugely influenced by interest rates for a variety of reasons. They control the value of the real estate by determining how much you will have to pay to borrow money to buy a home. Low interest rates increase property demand, driving up prices, while high interest rates have the reverse effect. Mortgage rates rise put negative pressure on the housing market. Let me give you an example. On a 30-year loan, a borrower who took out a $500,000 mortgage at a 3.11% fixed rate would incur $2,138 in monthly principal and interest payments. At a 5.27% interest rate, though, the payment would rise up to $2,767. Higher rates are pricing out some would-be home buyers. Still, it also means that certain borrowers who must fulfill lenders' tight debt-to-income ratios have lost their eligibility for a mortgage. The cooling is still in its infancy and is rather modest. The cooling that has occurred in recent weeks is only the beginning. The paucity of inventory in recent years has resulted in a backlog of potential customers. Even as rates push some purchasers away, others are taking their place. According to housing analysts, working through the pent-up demand will take time. However, once we do, the home market may cool even more. The economic shock induced by rising mortgage rates also raises the risk of overheating or possibly a price correction in the housing market. While home prices rose 34.4% over the past 2 years during the pandemic's housing bubble, historically, low mortgage rates insulated purchasers to some extent. Now that mortgage rates have risen again, purchasers have little choice but to bear the full impact of rising housing prices. According to Black Knight, a mortgage technology and analytics provider, the average American household only needed to spend 24% of its monthly income in December to make a mortgage payment on an average priced property in the United States. But that payment-to-income ratio has risen to 34% as of May 2022. This figure, which is the highest since 2006, has some economists reminiscing about the housing bubble. According to Mark Zandi, Moody's senior economist, rising mortgage rates will force year-over-year home price growth to decelerate to zero by this time next year, down from 19.8% this year. Not everyone agrees with Zandi that the price in housing prices is coming to a halt. CoreLogic forecasts a 5.9% increase in home prices in the United States over the next 12 months. Meanwhile, the Mortgage Bankers Association predicts that home prices in the United States will grow 5.2% in the next year. While those forecasts aren't quite similar to Zandi's prediction, they all believe that the price rise will slow dramatically. Simply put, forecasters believe that the current housing boom is coming to an end. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more amazing content.